In a nondescript shed in an undisclosed location, potentially under the watchful eye of intelligence agencies, three lifelong friends bring to you a podcast of epic proportions. The world will never be the same. This is the Shed Sessions.
Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Shed Sessions, the podcast that is wearing gloves but somehow forgot his coat. I'm Jesse. Welcome again, and with me, as always, is Nate and Treadwell. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
You should never go into the shed alone, so I'm glad you guys are, by my side here.
Glad to be here.
All right. Well, we have a great episode this week, but we got all kinds of stuff planned for you. Things that you never even knew you wanted to hear. It's going to make you smarter, this podcast, a little bit at a time. We got all kinds of cool stuff like, what do we got? Coroners report.
Yeah,
Nate,
we got the coroners report this week.
Yeah, going to talk about some celebrity deaths that have happened so far this year. And we're going to talk about some crazy animals, and we're going to dig deep into a hole with...
Can't wait.
Yeah. So, but first, before we get into that, we just wanted to make sure that we thank everybody who checked us out on our premiere episode. It was a lot of fun to make, and we really liked the support. And if you came back to listen again, we really appreciate it. So, thanks a lot.
Yeah, all the feedback and encouragement really made us anxious to get back out here and record another episode for y'all. It was really nice to hear.
Great stuff.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun hanging out together and talking. So hopefully, we'll have a lot of fun doing more of these. And appreciate you guys with all the feedback. Yeah. So make sure that while we're on that subject, to check us out on Twitter at @shed_the_world. That's our new Twitter that we got set up. It's a little easier to remember. Yeah,
there'll be some links to the shows and some other stuff there.
Yep. So
smash that like button.
Yeah, make sure to hit subscribe while you're here. So
like, comment, and share.
Yeah. So with that, let's get right into it, and I think we will start with talking about giant holes.
Yeah,
so
I love holes.
Yeah,
I think everybody likes giant holes.
Yeah, so we were talking before about different holes that we were proud of in our lives, and Nate, you had a little bit to talk about.
I did. There was a couple of holes in my life, and the first hole that I remember was when me and my brother were really young. We decided we were going to dig a hole to hell and punch the devil in the face.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Well, right. Yeah, I mean, he was there. We had nothing better to do.
Yeah.
What else are a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old going to do with a couple shovels,
Yeah.
In Maine.
Right. I think we got about 3 feet down, which I think that, now looking back, that's not bad for a couple of youngins.
Yeah.
It would have been like, what, up to your knees?
Yeah. Waist at least.
Yeah. So did you punt? You didn't punt?
We did not. No. No, we never did accomplish that feat.
Yeah.
Still looking forward to it, though,
Yeah.
when I see him.
Never found him, huh?
No.
Well,
Do you have any holes that you want to talk about?
Well, I've dug a lot of holes, but I remember one time when we were young, we dug a hole out by your house that we were trying to catch a deer with.
Yeah. Yeah, we had big plans for that one.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
We caught a bunch of deer. Didn't we?
Yes. No.
8, 9?
No, we did not.
No deer.
None.
Yeah.
Did you put, like, spikes in the hole?
We were going to.
Yeah.
You just never got around to it.
We never did. But that one actually got to be, like, I want to say 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah, that
That's
was
a
a
good
deep
one.
Yeah. It was up to up to my head. At
Right,
least,
yeah, enough to break an ankle.
Yeah.
I fell into it.
Uh-huh.
And there was tall grass all around it.
Right.
So we were convinced they were just going to walk right into it.
It wasn't like right in the middle of the driveway or anything, was it?
It's probably still out there, and
I imagine
someone's
it is,
probably
yeah.
injured themselves.
Probably laying in the hole as we speak.
Yeah, and someone walks the property line.
What is this grassy
It
enclosure
actually doubles
here?
as a tiger trap, luckily.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of tigers in Maine.
especially that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, grass, Maine grass tigers.
I always thought you could dig straight through to China when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too.
Well, that's kind of the idea a lot of people have had. So we kind of looked into it a little more about like what some of the deepest holes were that people could dig, like how far you could actually get into the earth. And a lot of people, I mean, you can go pretty deep in those mines and stuff. And
well,
like
the Russians tried to breach the crust, and they, I believe, happened to be at a spot where the crust is fairly thin.
They didn't
didn't come anywhere near, but they got, 7.7 miles down.
Not even a third of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Not even a third of the way. But
Right.
I mean, the hole itself is, what they say, 23 centimeters.
Yeah.
So you can't fall down it, but it goes 7.7 miles straight into the earth.
It's mostly because it got too hot. It would just melt up. They couldn't find anything that would continue on
No metal
without
hard
burning
enough.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was almost 400 degrees.
Wow.
Just at that layer of
Only a
still
third
earth,
of the way
not
through
even
the
not
crust.
even near the
Forget the mantle.
center.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not near
You're nowhere near the core. Yeah.
So, but they did manage to get pretty deep with some sort of heat, like of its own. Like it was some sort of heating drill that got
Bored
really
its way
hot,
through.
bored its way through. But they can't get any further than that right now.
But looking into the deepest hole, I saw a couple other deepest things. And did you know that the Nile crocodile actually burrows up to 39 feet down into the ground?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long way.
Yeah, I was blown away by that one.
How do they keep such a nicely made hole and so deep?
It's not like they put support beams up or
Right.
anything,
How'd you like to be walking along the shore of one of those the Nile River or something, and you step in one of those holes and you just gone
right into a nest.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty disturbing.
Yeah. Those Nile crocodiles get huge too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I don't want to mess with any crocodile.
There's a mine in that's 2 miles deep. The Moab Kidsong, I'd say. It sounds right. But it's 4 minutes down the elevator to get down to the mine.
Oh, that's harrowing.
I believe that's the one that's in Africa.
Yeah, Africa. That's the one. Yeah, one of the diamond mines. Yeah. And so but it takes 25 seconds if you fell off of it.
Oh no. Imagine falling for 25 seconds.
Yeah, you'd have time to think about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And
You could actually receive a phone call and miss it. And the time it would take you.
Did you not answer it because it was an unknown number? Or did you just ignore it?
Yeah. I guess when you're falling, you kind of panic and hit the wrong button.
Right, yeah. When you accidentally swipe an answer.
Whoops.
When you're falling at 125 miles an hour.
It's kind of hard to answer your phone.
Sorry, I'm going to have to call you back. I just reached terminal velocity.
Is that actual terminal velocity?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have some idea, but I don't want to make a fool of myself and try to guess because it's...
At some point, everything has terminal
Right,
velocity.
yeah.
It's the same speed, isn't it? I mean,
Is it? That's what I was just going to ask.
I'm pretty sure.
No, it's relative to how much it weighs.
Relative to weight?
Yeah.
Or mass?
Yeah, or mass, right. That's why you can
But
throw...
a ton of feathers and a ton of bricks is going to fall at the same speed, right? Because a ton is a ton.
But one feather isn't going to fall at the same speed as one brick.
No.
True.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
You got that right? Bricks weigh more than feathers. You heard it here.
First.
Another one I saw was the deepest swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
That's 131 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that's actually swam to the bottom of it.
Right.
But it's for like spelunkers to train and crawling through those small spaces, and you've got literally the world on your shoulders. Like, no, thank you, absolutely not.
Yeah, makes me think of that movie, The Descent.
Yeah.
You ever see that?
Yeah.
With the people crawling through the caves.
Yeah,
It's
like
insane.
old miners get lost in there and turn into
It
creatures.
sends me into a panic watching those movies. Like,
literally.
And I'm not claustrophobic. Like, it doesn't bother
Yeah.
me to be in an elevator or anything. But just knowing I couldn't move would
Stuck in
send,
one spot.
Oh man, I can totally understand.
It's
the
more
panic
for
there.
me not being able to move than a small space.
Right.
'Cause if I was stuck in a small space, I could probably stay chill if I could move a little bit, But if something was holding me down and like I couldn't
Pinning
move an
you
inch,
there.
I would just freak the hell out. Yeah.
It's one of my biggest fears is being buried alive.
Yeah, I literally get anxiety when I watch
Yeah.
movies.
Like, imagine
or
being
something
buried
like
in an
that.
avalanche and you
Yeah.
don't even know which way is up.
Right.
And you're just stuck in whatever
Yeah.
position you ended in.
Yeah, I'm getting a little sweaty thinking
Yeah.
about it. Yikes.
The fire is a nice 700 degrees as well.
Right. That does help.
All right, guys, you have any other whole stories?
Actually, I have a story from the Siberian hole, the deepest hole, about sounds from hell.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard a little bit about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
These people that dug this hole, supposedly, allegedly, put a recorder down this said hole
Uh-huh.
and recorded these sounds. That
Yeah.
sounds like people screaming and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And I have these sounds.
Yeah.
And they allegedly recorded it, or they allegedly put a recorder down there.
Both.
But these are some of the sounds that...
Okay. Here we go.
Let's hear it. That is disturbing indeed.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so that sounds pretty scary.
Kind of different.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's true or not, but
Yeah, it sounds like people talking and screaming.
When was that
and-
supposed to have been recorded?
around the same time the hole was dug.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
So I guess they dug it and
Allegedly.
then were like, let's throw a mic down there and see
Let's
what
listen to what's
see
up.
what it sounds like.
Yeah, you
Now,
never
do
know.
you think it could be...
Sounds of plate shifting and things.
Yeah, I was
maybe?
thinking that, but I was
Yeah.
also thinking, like, you know how, like, when you hold a seashell up to your ear,
Yeah, it's
Like the
Yeah,
reverberation of
really
air.
right? You
Yeah.
you hear the ocean,
Uh-huh.
quote unquote, the ocean.
I did it with a cup at work, actually.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like, because
yeah.
it's obviously that cylinder is hollow all the
And
way.
it's reverberating.
Right.
It's
Is it-
possible.
yeah, at
Yeah.
some point you can't see daylight anymore because
Yeah,
you've
no.
come so far down there, so it becomes like,
Hell.
yeah,
Right.
Proverbial
quite,
hell.
Quite literally.
the mouth of the beast.
Well, that's something.
Yeah,
Blue holes are kind of cool.
Isn't that
also.
why they closed it up?
yeah, keep the
Keep the
hell
demons out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Too many
because when you
demons
see
coming.
the cover of that one in Russia, it's like
Yeah,
got
really
some serious
serious
bolts
drilled
on it.
clothes, yeah,
Yeah, they don't want nobody climbing down in that.
No,
They
Yeah.
well, it's only 23 centimeters across. They said, so
Yeah.
you can't.
really climb down.
I think putting the
I could.
I think
Right.
I think putting the seal on that well is like the end of a movie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close her
Like
up,
what-
boys.
You think like
You
if
have to do
they
it in Russian. They're in Russia.
Close her up.
Closer up, boys.
now do you
That's
think
my
if they
best.
actually
Comrade.
punched through, what do you think would happen? You think lava would just come shooting up through?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think it's magma at that point, isn't it?
Magma.
Magma. But another thing, the core, like it's like molten nickel and iron,
Right.
and like that's odd in and of itself. Like, well, why are we trying to get there? I don't want to throw it off, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to stop it.
Right.
Because that's what's controlling our gravity.
Yeah. I want to.
I think I'm not a physicist.
It's either that or the Earth spinning itself. One of the two.
Yeah, something I don't know.
Has something to do with
the
things
Earth
going
spins
around in
itself because
circles.
of the core. Yeah, something's spinning. Something is a day and something is a year. I know that.
You are very correct, my friend.
All right, you guys got any other hole theories or?
Blue holes.
Oh yeah.
are very interesting.
What's that?
Yeah. What are those?
It's a underwater cave, say in an ocean or a pond, and when you look at it from above, it looks like a big blue hole.
Mm-hmm.
But as you go down into it, it opens up into a huge cavern usually.
Oh yeah.
And it's filled with water?
And it's filled with water. Water.
Water.
Water.
Good job, Helen.
But usually it's from the earth collapses on itself and it creates a hole.
Yeah.
And it's just a big dark
Giant
hole.
underground pool.
Right, like
Pretty, there's a lot of them in Bahamas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where it's very like corally and.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to get stuck in one of those either. Scuba diving.
No.
I wouldn't want to scuba dive and.
Have you seen
In
those
caves
guys?
and
Have you seen those
all.
guys get stuck underneath the ice, like trying to do those ice swimming challenges from
Uh-huh.
one hole to another, and they get stuck? Like that's
scary.
scary looking too.
Yeah, that gives me,
They get that look in their eye.
Yeah. Sheer panic.
how do you decide that's what you want to do?
I'm not going to.
Okay, good.
So
Don't-
I don't know the thought process behind it.
All right, so we were also going to mention some crazy animals that we were talking about the other day when we were chatting. And Treadwell, you were talking about a bee that was this giant bee.
Yeah, there's a bee in the Indonesian islands. It's called the Wallace Bee. It's actually named after the person who found it, Alfred Russel Wallace, who worked with Darwin
Oh yeah, that's right.
in actually conceiving the theory of evolution
Uh-huh.
and whatnot.
Yeah, they worked together kind
Yeah.
of on it at the same time.
They traveled around for a
Yeah.
while and categorized all these animals and birds and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah. When you say a while, like Darwin went on these trips for like
a while.
like years,
A
years
while.
and years. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, chill, I'm going to go check out some monkeys for a bit. And I'm like,
I'm gonna go draw this iguana for a couple of years. I'll be back.
yeah.
So anyway, this bee, the Wallace bee, was
Uh-huh.
thought to be extinct, but recently it was found
Mm-hmm.
Where?
in Indonesia.
Ah.
It's the size of your thumb, pretty much.
Jeez,
Big bee.
Wow.
So imagine you're walking through the Indonesian jungle,
Yeah.
and you just hear this huge buzzing,
yeah.
and you look, and there's a thumb-sized
Yeah,
bee.
that's intense.
Yeah,
It goes whizzing by your head like a
that would be
pebble or
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Wonder how much it weighs.
That's a good question.
yeah.
I wonder if if it thunks you in the head, like like you're riding on your moped over there, and just
Uh-huh.
like you catch one of those Wallace bees in the teeth.
Yeah. Well, it has these big pinchers,
Yes.
like huge pinchers.
Like beetle
that-
pinchers.
Yeah.
But they're not actually, they don't use them for teeth. They use them mostly for digging,
For moving
Mm.
stuff.
moving
Yeah.
stuff, and mostly they use them for collecting resin for their nests, which they make inside termite mounds.
Yeah.
They actually wall off a section of the termite mound with this resin
Huh.
and seal it off so no water or anything can get through.
That's where they found this one, right? Was it
Yes.
a termite mound?
Was in a termite mound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, what's it mean to be the biggest bee?
Yeah.
I was like, are you one of like 12? Like, big deal. You're the biggest bee of 12 bees.
Bees,
Right.
But there's 20,000 species of bees.
Yeah.
And it just got me thinking about the species of insects in general, and like
It's
we are
mind-boggling.
vastly outnumbered by these things.
Oh,
Like,
if these things decided, or if they could,
right.
mount together and attack us, we'd be done.
Well, it would be easy for insects to survive long after us
Oh,
because
yeah.
they have us outnumbered and they rely on far less than we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the
They can
things
eat
that they
us.
do, like when I was looking, like this Wallace bee is a leaf cutter, and I got looking into what that means, and like
There's a whole
this
slew
whole
of leaf
genus
cutters.
of
Like
bees
the leaf cutter
that,
ants.
yeah,
Mhm.
that are cutting these leaves and building these homes,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
and the construction in the animal kingdom is
I saw too that these bees were mostly solo bees, and they weren't even that aggressive. They kind of
they mind their business.
Yeah, they kind of hang out near like termite mounds, like you said, but they're not aggressive.
That's why
bees,
it's been
really.
lost for 4 decades.
They just hide.
Nobody's seen them because they're not very aggressive.
Side note, I didn't finish the word bee on my Google search, so it just just Wallace letter B, and apparently Wallace Bee is a lawyer in Texas, and used to sit on the Texas Supreme Court. Wallace Bee, man.
So he was a big deal.
Yeah,
in
Wally
Texas.
Bee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're listening, Wallace Bee in Texas,
shout out.
Yeah, there's a free shout out.
So we also had another animal that was recently refound, if you will, and it was a giant tortoise found in the Galapagos.
Yeah.
Oh, they're famous for them.
Yeah, that's mostly just where they are, right?
Yeah, that's what I think about when I think Galapagos.
Yeah. Giant tortoises.
But
So
this was a different kind of giant tortoise?
just a different species. There's 14 different species of giant tortoises just in the Galapagos, which is huge. It's a vast area. It's like 600 and something miles of just
tons and tons of
islands that are all
yeah.
protected, so nobody can mess with them or anything, or they're not supposed to.
Right. But they, at this point, have pretty free reign of those islands.
Right.
They're
But-
really protected.
But
yeah.
this particular tortoise had been hunted to nearly extinction, or to extinction, they thought.
Right.
The last time it was seen was in 1906.
Oh, wow. And what differentiates between the tortoisei of the 14 different species? Like, what's so different about these tortoises that...
The size of their junk.
Yeah. You see the balls on that tortoise?
It's the one thing he couldn't get back in his shell.
But,
Wait, do tortoises pull inside like turtles?
Yeah.
I think they do. I think for the...
they must. Well, what else would the shell be for?
I don't know, because they... Protection.
Obviously, but they must be able to pull.
Yeah, they got to pull in
They
a
pull
little
it in
bit.
Must
a
be
little
a
bit.
turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just kind of float down to the bottom while they're...
Yeah.
How cool would it be to
That's
just
all
fucking
speculation.
pull yourself into a shell real quick and just be like, come on.
And feel safe.
Fuck with me, dude. Fuck with me.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Yeah.
But they were hunted for food and for oil. Apparently, they have a really good oil in them that's good for lubricants and for
Wax.
burning.
Yeah.
Probably wax, too.
Lamp.
Turtle wax.
Turtle wax.
Makes sense.
Yeah, shine your car up.
Right.
You get that right under the shell.
Yeah.
Scrape it off.
That's, yeah.
Put it in the
That's
little
the
green
good stuff.
In the green container.
That's the good stuff.
Have you ever actually used turtle wax?
No. No. But I remember my dad had like a half-used canister that he never used as well.
You probably still have that half-used
I
canister
probably
someplace.
do.
It's all crusty on the top. No.
Yeah, you couldn't use the spray nozzle if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't even come out, or it comes out at a weird, funny angle.
Or the straw inside's not even connected.
Yeah.
So they did find a new one of these tortoises.
Yes, they found
not a new one, but one they thought was dead. They could tell it was
Right. Did
it
they
was
find-
different.
It was a
Only one?
female. It was a female.
I think
So how does that happen? Where
Well,
where are her parents?
they speculate that there's more.
Yeah, there's got to be,
there's gotta
obviously.
be. Obviously,
yeah.
if there's one, there's going to be at least one more. I mean,
Right.
they must have been procreating. But the one that they found was supposed to be over 100 years old.
right.
Wow.
So, I mean,
That's intense.
yeah.
Right, so maybe its parents were hunted.
And I also read a little sub-article that said that they had actually taken one to a breeding place so
Yeah.
that they can help repopulate it.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes me ask another question: should we be doing that?
Right.
Right, well,
I mean, there's a reason they're gone, right?
right, but when we're the reason where they're gone, sometimes extinction happen naturally, but sometimes we're like
So we're just-
shooting 1,000 bison from a train as we drive by, like,
Just for their pelts.
yeah, or not even that. Just to
shoot
They
'em.
used to just shoot them and leave them, like just leave them. They
Yeah.
would just
Just
ride
for
by
the-
on the train, taking pot shots at
just
the
for the
bison.
joy of it,
Just for
yeah.
the sheer
Man,
joy.
so brutal.
Brutal.
Right. So the turtles are. Yeah. So they're
They're gonna make a comeback.
Yeah, you make a comeback. Yeah. Turtles are doing good there
Yeah.
out there in Galapagos.
I mean, I'm sure it probably takes them a while to make another turtle.
All right, so we're also going to get to this now. We are going to go to the coroners report with Nate. We're going to talk about some celebrities that have passed away recently into 2019. We're going to, make this topic that we bring up sometimes once a week or...
Yeah, we don't want to depress you, but somebody
too.
needs to pay the butcher's bill, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So...
The piper needs to be paid.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
As you can tell, Treadwell's stoking the fire. It's getting a little cold here in the shed during this session. It is incredibly windy outside, is it not?
Yeah, you might notice the wind picking up on the mic. I can't tell, but it's blasting the shed in here.
Yeah, we're being buffeted.
Yeah, and we had to really dig our way out here too because the snow's really piled up.
Yeah, in between the last two sessions, we've gotten a little snow, and it was at least knee high on the way out here.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah, it was a nice bit of trudging, if you will.
So the coroner's report this week, we have Albert Finney. He was an actor of stage and silver screen.
Mm-hmm.
You guys may know him.
Yep.
He was in Tim Burton's Big Fish.
Uh-huh.
He was in Aaron Brockovich with Julia Roberts there.
Brockovich?
Yes, I guess so. But you probably know him best as Daddy Warbucks in Annie.
Yes.
In the 80s there. That was one of my favorites.
That was a big one.
Yeah. He was 82.
82, huh?
Yeah, so he seemed like he was 82 in that movie, so they made him seem pretty old, which is
did,
nice.
yeah. Man, he really rocked that bald head too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Spawned a generation of bald heads.
Yeah.
Good old head
That
shiners.
was one shiny dome. Yeah.
Wasn't Carol Burnett in that one? Is that her? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
She's good.
Miss Hannigan.
Yeah. Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Yeah. Little girls. All right.
How long was that on for?
Annie?
Yeah.
It's a movie.
Oh, the movie.
The movie,
Annie the movie.
So it was on for about an hour and a half. Yeah. So, also taken from us in the past week was Peter Tork.
Oh, which was a bummer.
Yeah.
It's a sad one.
Yeah. AKA Peter Thorkelson. I think Tork was a
Stage
good
name.
choice. Yeah, good choice on a stage name. Thorkelson doesn't just quite roll off the tongue.
Doesn't have quite the ring, if you will.
So he was, and I hope everybody knows he was the bassist for the Monkees.
Mm-hmm.
He only became the Monkees were actually one of the first types of boy bands.
Boy bands, a band put together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got the bassist job when they told Stephen Stills that he was too ugly for it. Because they were putting it on TV.
And then they
Sorry,
had,
Steve, you're not gonna cut it.
Yeah, and they had Davey,
Davy Jones,
Davey
right?
Jones, who
Yeah.
was going to be the front guy.
Right.
So, had to put the ugly dude in the back.
Right, exactly. So that show was actually only on from 1966 to 68. It didn't have that long of a run, but it still seems iconic. I can remember watching reruns when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Now that was put on to combat the Beatles, right?
Right.
That was the American version of the Beatles, kind of.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know Peter Tork was American, but was Davy Jones American? He kind of played up the British accent.
Yeah, I can't remember. He had a funny accent,
Yeah.
so it makes me kind of confused about it. Like, he was kind of had a funny way of speaking.
Could have been Armenian.
Yeah. Yes. Or Russian.
But I actually, they got back together in '86 for a reunion tour.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last time they got together, first and only time they got back together.
The
Yeah.
Rockin' reunion tour.
And I went and saw them as a young tyke. I was 5 years old. It was actually my first concert
cousin.
ever. My first cousin. My first concert ever.
Uh-huh.
My mom brought me and my brother, and it was at the old auditorium.
Yeah.
And
With the old V roof.
yeah, and I promptly fell asleep on my mother's lap. But
Yeah.
So it was quite exciting.
it was awesome, yeah. But I remember waking up to Sleepy Jean there, and it was
Daydream Believer, yeah.
Daydream Believer. Yeah, I
Yeah.
call it Sleepy Jean. So
Because you were sleepy. Then.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. But it was awesome. So that's my Monkees story.
Yeah.
And they actually weren't allowed to play their own instruments on their first two albums.
Really?
Yeah.
because of all the production and stuff that was going on. They were
they just had a house band do it.
Yeah.
And
Could they actually play?
All of them were accomplished musicians
before that.
Peter Tork went on to do a bunch of stuff,
Right.
but none of it
Right.
was as famous as the Monkees. But
Right.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't produced as much.
right,
you know,
right. I mean,
obviously.
the Monkees was the Monkees. You know, it's like it was.
They don't monkey around.
They don't. I mean, who doesn't know that song? You know.
Yeah.
So it was sad to lose Peter this week.
Yeah, it's sad anytime you lose a good musician like that.
He was 77, born in
Yeah.
1942.
Yeah.
He had a good life
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
He was a week shy of his 78th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Did you mention what he died of?
You know, I didn't, and I don't know. So
All right.
I'm not going to.
Perfect.
He died, though.
I like it.
Take Nate's word for it.
Yeah.
So that was the coroner's report. Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Nate.
Thank you.
So something I wanted to mention was when I was looking through interesting stories the other day, I came across one that Ernest Hemingway was once challenged, or made a bet with somebody that he could make someone cry with a 6-word short story. Someone kind of bet him how short he could make it. He said he could do it.
This person wasn't too smart, though, really. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I know, right? It's Ernest Hemingway.
I mean,
Yeah.
the man has a way with words.
Yeah.
6 words, though. I mean,
Yeah, 6 words. So it seems kind of impossible, actually, when you just think about it. A sad story that could make someone cry. And so, but Hemingway actually won the bet for $10. And this is what he came up with right there with the guy. For sale, baby shoes, never worn.
oh,
Ooh.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's like how powerful words can be in just like
for $10
3
he did that.
sentences. Yeah, just $10. He schooled the guy.
That's
Oh,
hard.
he died broke, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it should have been a little more.
Oh, that is brutal.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
but that's quite a kick to the gut in just six
Baby
words.
shoes, never worn, for sale.
Yeah. For sale, baby shoes, never worn. Yeah. Crazy.
All right, I don't want to say it anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's too
That's
rough.
crazy, yeah.
It's too rough to keep going over. But, yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting how powerful words can be, especially with someone who's knows them so well, like Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, words definitely have a
Oh,
lot of power.
A lot of
Mhm.
meaning.
yeah.
They stick with you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, especially like if you go back, like way back, like certain words,
Mm-hmm.
that were powerful. You know what I mean? Like people were actually afraid of those words.
Mhm.
Those words that you didn't speak.
Yeah. Like Voldemort.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Yeah. Yeah,
Great.
worry about
Thanks.
the Dementors coming.
Although
for
you just spoke it, so
Yeah.
we're not in any, hopefully not in any real danger.
That's all right. We're safe in the shed, right?
Shed's protected.
I put a charm of some kind on it.
Levite las manos.
Man, listen to that wind, though.
Yeah. Voldemort's on his way, I guess.
Yeah. There he goes again, saying his name.
Yeah. Damn it. So we've got a few ideas for you guys coming up in future episodes. We were talking the other day about making an episode called One Good Thing. And we were going to tell you a story about somebody doing something good, or just, or maybe an animal, or, someone, just an act of kindness. Because it's hard to see that a lot these days, and the headlines are always so full of
Horrible things.
Yeah. So I thought maybe we could just take a minute to tell you about something cool someone did, or
Kind of counterbalance the sad notes of the coroner's report.
right.
Yin and yang, if you will.
Yeah.
Or won't.
Yeah. It's not all death and destruction out there. People are still good out there, so we'll bring you some stories about some of those people.
And any other segment that anybody wants to see or hear probably, because you won't see it.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
You're welcome to come at us with suggestions. We got arms wide open for you.
Yeah. Whatever you find interesting, let us know, and we can talk about it here. And
there isn't really much that we won't talk about.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about where you can post those suggestions for us. You can get us on Twitter at shed_the_world. And you can definitely subscribe to us here on YouTube, or if you're somehow searching for us, you can look up the Shed Sessions podcast right on YouTube. And you reach us there for now, but we're going to set up a new email account.
Yeah, there'll be an email coming soon, and definitely reach out to us.
Yeah.
Any way you want.
There's also a Facebook.
Yeah, look us up on Facebook too at the Shed Sessions podcast. Just look it up and you'll find us there, and like and follow and all that fun stuff.
Share, comment,
friend.
Yeah, be our friends, please.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Suggestions, comments, we love them.
Keep the thumbs down to yourself.
All right, so that's about it for this episode, unless you guys got anything else.
I got nothing.
All clear?
I think I'm good this
right.
evening.
Nice talking to you guys.
Yeah, you too, as always. Looks like we
Always a
survived
great time.
this windstorm so far.
Yeah, we're gonna lose power.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's get home then.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
See you guys
Talk to
later.
you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.